Hello, everyone, and welcome to Ariana's Guided Messages. I'm your host, Ariana, and for those of you who know me, welcome back. For those of you who don't, I'm here to dismantle any deception around you and guide you back to truth, love, and alignment always. So, with that being said, let's get into today's messages. So today's message will be for Aries placements. If you have Aries in your birth chart, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or North Node, this reading may resonate with you, or you could be the zodiac sign of Aries. You could also be cross-watching for Aries, so please take it how it resonates and leave what doesn't. I already prayed over your cards, so let's get right into it, Aries, okay? So Aries, what do you need to know for the week? For this week, let's see what's going on. So what messages, Allah, angels, Holy Spirit guides are coming out for Aries? Allah, angels, Holy Spirit guides, what messages are coming out for Aries placements? Male or female, doesn't matter. Let's see what Holy Spirit wants you to know at this time. Okay, hope everyone's doing well. Hope everyone had a great weekend and they're having a happy Monday. Here we go. Okay, so what's coming out for my Aries? What does Aries placements need to know? Right now I'm using the Tea Leaf Oracle deck to get some information. Already you have clouds that wanted to pop up. It says temporary problems. Okay. Let's see what else is coming out. Look, this is beautiful. Rainbow. Okay, it says the most difficult part of a situation is over. Okay, you had Mule. It popped out directly in reverse. But it says here, someone is extremely stubborn and unwilling to change. Handshake. A meeting with a stranger could be important. What else is coming out for Aries? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node. Okay. I'm going to show you these other cards. I just want to get the message out. Let's see. Okay. Okay. All right. So you have clouds, temporary problems, rainbow, the most difficult part of a situation is over. Mule, someone is extremely stubborn and unwilling to change. Handshake, a meeting with a stranger could be important. September. So the month of September came out here. Okay. You have ring. A marriage will take place, either romantic or business. Okay. And then you have leg, stepping into a new experience. You have pineapple, reconciliation. Already what I'm getting is those of you who experience temporary problems, or those of you who are going through a difficult time, those problems were temporary. Holy Spirit wants me to let you know. And even if you're still in the thick of it and it's clearing, remember, we just got out of the last Mercury retrograde for the year. So when Mercury retrograde ends, there's like a 2-week shadow, meaning that there still may be some hiccups, but it's clearing. It's not as detrimental as it would have been when you're in the thick of retrograde, like when you're actually in it. So there may be some temporary problems. You may still be, like, for example, you guys may still be coming out of something, be coming out of debt, or be getting back on track. Maybe you guys are running a business and you had deliveries that were supposed to ship and go out, but they had to be back ordered because of delays. And there's still some things that you're waiting on, but it's coming in or it's happening. You know, I'm just giving that kind of scenario, but rainbow here, after the clouds, there's a rainbow. After the rain, there's a rainbow at the light at the end of the tunnel. So the difficult part of a situation is over this week for you guys. But there is someone here that's extremely stubborn or unwilling to change. I don't know if that's you. I'm not getting that it's you, Aries. But again, take it how it resonates. We have cross watchers watching. A meeting with a stranger could be important. So someone you recently met, or someone who may want to reconcile with you, or it could be thinking about reconciling. I have a September here, so it could be a Virgo, or you could have Virgo placements in your chart. Virgo popped up with September. Okay, this could be the person that's stubborn. Um, and then it says a romantic or a marriage will take place, either romantic or business. So it could be someone you're in a partnership with, could be someone you're in a commitment with. But you're stepping into a new experience and there's reconciliation here. There's good times. Maybe you're meeting up with someone who in the past was stubborn, but you guys end up reconciling or making amends. We're going to dive deeper with more tea leaf to see what comes out with this, okay? Then we're going to get the full picture, but that's what I'm getting already for you guys, for Aries. Let's see what else comes out. Let's see what else comes out for Aries. I'm also getting too, as you step into this new experience, with difficult times being past you, someone who's stubborn and unwilling to change, if you decide to meet with them or you decide to reconcile with them, just know that, okay? That's what I'm getting for you, Aries. Just know that this person is not going to change overnight. Someone needs to hear that. Let's see what else is coming out for Aries. Yeah, disappointment in a friend or lover. This could still lead to disappointment, or this person could be disappointed, or this person could have disappointed you in the recent past. But what I'm getting here heavily is that be careful with, especially with retrograde being over. Some of you guys may think, oh, I could answer the phone for this person or reconcile with this person. But Holy Spirit is saying, hold up, because they have the potential to disappoint you again. So just, kind of be careful with that. Really think about it. Okay, you have opportunities here with door open that's waiting for you. Okay, so I'm getting focused more on the opportunities with door. Okay, and then you have romance, celebration, and party. And then forest, muddled, unclear thinking is popping out. What else is coming out for Aries? What else is coming out for Aries? March. Pisces energy is what I'm picking up on for March. Pisces. And then heartache. Heartache over something you no longer have. With spear here. All right, any more messages from the tea leaf? No. Okay. Okay, Aries. Someone I'm heavily getting here, someone that you could have collaborated with, worked with, or something disappointed you in some way, shape, or form. And maybe you walked away. Maybe you gave this a break, but there's heartache here with spear. Maybe this person wants to reconcile. Maybe this person has Pisces in their chart, but you're stepping into a new experience and the difficult time or different part of a situation is over. After maybe when you experienced these difficulties, it caused a level of unclear thinking for you. It caused you to be scatterbrained, because when we over fixate or obsess over problems or issues, it can overtake everything else that we're supposed to think about. For example, if you're stressed out financially, that's a huge stressor on your brain. Okay, it causes the amygdala to go fight or flight mode, and it's hard for you to really be in the present moment. Maybe this could have been you at some point. I'm just giving an example of finances, but it really could have been anything. Okay. Maybe there was something with an event here or a celebration or a marriage here. You guys could be celebrating something here and thinking of reconciling with the person, or thinking of reinviting or opening some door with door here. But what I'm getting from this is be careful, because, or someone could be thinking about inviting you somewhere, but Holy Spirit is warning with this, this person has the potential to upset you again. So that's what I'm picking up on heavy. Okay. Let's move on from this. Let's see what person you're dealing with. And I'm going to use the Deadly Apothecary cards. I'm going to use this deck, this oracle deck, to see what kind of person you're dealing with and the antidote to that. The thing I love about this deck is it talks about poisonous plants. It also talks about curses, but predominantly it talks about toxic traits of people, okay, in the form of poisonous plants, okay? So you're learning about the poisonous plants, but you're also learning about the toxic traits that a personality could carry. So we're going to see who you are dealing with, who this stubborn person is, or the traits they embody. And then we're going to break down what Holy Spirit wants you to do to move on from that, okay? So Allah, angels, Holy Spirit guides, what stubborn personality? There's a person that was stubborn that they recently met or collaborated with. Who are they dealing with? Who is this? Let's get the characteristics or traits of this person before we break it down in the tarot. Okay, and get more of a bigger picture for Aries placements. Allah. Okay, let's see what's coming out, Aries. Let's see what's coming out. Who are you dealing with in the recent past? Okay, so you have stinging nettle, rethink, restriction. You have tobacco, the guru. What else for Aries? You have narcissist, walk away. I'm going to break all this down in a second. Let's just get all the cards out for Aries placements. Okay, that was it. So, and then bottom of the deck, you have a death cap. Step into your power. Okay, that's very important. So I'm going to put this out because that's very important too. Remember when I told you when we started off with the tea leaf cards, I said there could be someone that wants to reconcile with you because you walked away. This could be a person that disappointed you. Friend, lover, business partner, someone that you may have been in a long-term commitment with, whether that's family, could be a direct family member, could be friends, again, business partner, acquaintance, whatever. Could be someone you allowed into your home, into your space, took care of, whatever the situation is. But it caused you to rethink because this person with stinging nettle here, they affected you or drained you or siphoned you in some way, shape, or form because of their way of thinking with tobacco, the guru here. The guru talks about somebody who uses morality, or they use different systems or stuff to take advantage of people because that is what they know how to do. So they use this to their advantage. Okay. So for example, let's say that somebody, they do certain things or they have a rigid way of thinking, but they cover it up with, oh, I'm a godly person, or I go to church, or I, whatever. So it's like they're right by any means necessary because they're older, or it could be in a sense of like, oh, I'm the parent, I'm the adult, so I know it's best because what I say is best because I'm the older one. Something like that. You were dealing with something that was restricting you because maybe at one point you looked up to this person, maybe at one point you thought highly of this commitment or establishment or place or business contract or work, job, institution, school, whatever it was, but you had to get away from it. And once you got away from it, you stepped into your power. I'm going to read more about stinging nettle here because I want to break that down really quick. Okay, so stinging nettle, it is the juice that makes a fortifying tonic, and it helps with gout, anemia, and kidney problems. It's used in spells for protection and fertility. Nettles are nutritionally dense plants that can be used to make delicious soups, beers, and wines. Okay, stinging nettle has decided to cut a few things from their diet in a bid to become healthier. It all starts innocently enough. For the first few weeks, their willpower is strong, and it's going so well they decide to restrict a few more items. Then the restriction becomes a game to see how long they can stretch the time between meals. Stinging nettle's world becomes a narrow focus of restraint and never quite feeling full enough, but they think about food all the time. Meals out with family and friends become joyless tasks filled with anxiety because restriction has led to obsession. So this is somebody that this person who was stubborn that you were dealing with tried to restrict you in some way because they had a specific belief here a specific idea or a script about you in their mind, which caused you to have to walk away. Okay, with narcissists here. Let me just go to that really quick. Yeah, because narcissist characters simply cannot see the points of view of other people and therefore lacks empathy, and at worst they find upsetting others a fun sport and will intentionally see if they can push people's buttons to get a reaction. Yeah, somebody was for sport or strategically restricting you, trying to confine you, trying to keep you down, trying to keep you small. And the antidote for narcissists is don't seek to please these kind of people. Let go, walk away. They're not even worth confronting to some level. It's just, it would help if you just get away from this energy or person altogether and stay away. You know, some people backpedal. You know, I always say this. Some people walk away from relationships, right? And they experience so much peace, but they don't realize they're experiencing peace because they're away from that draining relationship. And so when that person reaches out or reaches back or tries to reconnect, they'll reconnect or entertain it, but then they'll soon realize stuff starts crumbling all over again, and here comes the problems, and here comes the stress, and here comes the anxiety. That's because you're supposed to continue to walk away, or else this is going to restrict you, okay? And when you do that, you step into your power. Give me 1 second really quick, you guys. Okay, guys, I'm back. Yes, so with step into your power here, this is what walking away requires. It requires a level of strength. It requires a level of discipline, because you know this is going to keep upsetting you, hurting you, disappointing you in some way, shape, or form. So stepping to your power with Death Cap here is a strong boundary that you have now exercised in the recent past, and Holy Spirit is telling you and warning you, don't backpedal. Don't go back to this, because you'll be upset again. Okay, Death Cap has been taught to be quiet from an early age, shutting down powerful emotions again and again to make life easier for those around them. Death Cap was often silenced. They learned to be meek and not cause too much trouble, realizing their strong and sensitive feelings were an inconvenience and would not be tolerated. To please others, Death Cap became obedient and passive, trying very hard not to make any waves. They have repressed their strong feelings for so long, they started to feel numb and powerless. The antidote for this is you believe too much in what others said, and you felt dutiful and timid, and you felt like you had to stay in situations. You need to step into your power and realize that the people you're dealing with, their sensitivity is their strength, or your sensitivity is your strength. I'm sorry. Okay? Your feelings are now safe to express, which will lead to powerful changes for you and the world. It's time for you to realize your strength and start by expressing your needs and wishes in relationships. It is okay to set boundaries. It is okay to set boundaries and look at things for face value. What are you getting out of this? How are people treating you? And if it keeps hurting you over and over again, you need to walk away from it. Because now it's time for your peace. It's time to pour back into you, or open the door, leave the door open to meet other people that are going to reciprocate what you need in relationships in order for it to work. Business partnerships, anything, okay? Marriage, whatever. It could be hard to walk away from a commitment, a marriage, a proposal, but you got to do what you got to do. And Holy Spirit is saying, stick to that. Okay. Let's see what else comes out for you. Let's get into, I'm going to use the Kipperish deck to get more insight on this situation. Like, why did Aries walk away? Allah, angels, Holy Spirit, guides. Let's get more about this. Why did Aries walk away? So we can give you some reminders, Aries. Okay. My baby girl's trying to come over here. Okay, give me 1 second, Aries. 1 second. Okay, let's get more insight from the Kipperish deck of who you were dealing with specifically and why you walked away. Okay, let's see here. Okay, so with nice guy here, this could have been you, or this could have been someone you thought was nice. Let's see. Yeah, someone maybe you were too nice for this person who wasn't on your same level. This says mentally and emotionally unstable, but it could be someone who you didn't, they appeared one way, but they were internally a different way. Okay. You're at peace. You're happy. Okay. You're enjoying things, or you will be enjoying things. Again, the most difficult part of a situation is over. But this was someone in your community, at work, in your family, in your environment somewhere that you frequented, or somewhere that you are familiar with as far as community here. Or maybe this is how the community sees you. Okay. But yeah, you're manifesting, you're working on yourself, you're praying, you're having faith. All right. Okay, maybe a lot of you guys are leveling up spiritually. Some of you guys could be tarot readers that I'm talking to, or there's just a level of higher discernment that has taken place here. Okay, you're using your intuition, you're following your intuition. And there's message here. You're receiving the messages from the Most High with North Node here. Again, some of you guys are just really listening to your intuition, and that takes a lot of courage and strength. Okay, a lot of you guys are following that. Give me 1 second. My daughter's trying to climb up here. Okay, yeah, so you're listening to your intuition on this is what I'm getting, Aries. I'm getting you're following your intuition more and more. Okay, so legal wanted to pop out in the reverse. When I get the legal card in reverse, it's like something unjust, something unfair, or it could also mean bad karma. Okay, in a relationship, something unfair in a relationship dynamic that you discovered or that you followed your intuition about. Maybe you got the message about it. It's been heavy in your thoughts, but you've been divinely guided with this. Okay, yeah, there was a form of evil eye here, jealousy, interception, instability, someone secretly jealous, someone jealous of your healing, someone jealous that you're peaceful, that you're elevating in your peace. Yeah, elevating, as I said, that ascending. Okay, so you got to protect yourself. You got to protect yourself. Don't come back to those low vibrations is what I'm hearing. Yeah, because someone was trying to put it into something with the death magic here. And it could have been an older woman or someone that you looked up to. Or you could be this older woman. This mature woman here. Someone was acting childish. Okay, this could be a relationship dynamic between a mother and a child. Or this could be a situation where you were the more mature person and this person was acting childish, which is why you had to let it go. Okay, intuitive Kev here on the money. All right, everyone's situation is different, so you know your situation, but this was causing a level of concern. Too much health concern for you, too draining, left you feeling depleted is what I'm getting. Left you trapped, feeling stuck, feeling like you can't escape, or feeling like you have to take part in whatever this is. Okay. Let's get one more card for Aries, but you set up strong boundaries with Ice Queen here. Okay, you took back your peace, you took back your power, and you stepped all the way back, and Holy Spirit is saying, keep doing this with Priest. Keep doing this with Priest here. You know what to do. You're learning, and you're moving in the right direction, in the right path. Okay, Aries, so these have been your messages for you. Keep doing what you're supposed to do as far as set your boundaries, focus on you, focus on still clearing out that old energy, stay protected, okay, stay in prayer. Let me get you a prayer from Psalms, okay, to see how you can navigate. It says, living waters. My soul thirsts, pants, and longs for the living God. I want to come and see the face of God. That's Psalm 42, verse 2. God, I'm thirsty, consumed with thirst that only you can quench. I long to drink deeply from the refreshing waters that flow from your presence. My soul is parched, desperate for your living waters. I must see your face, only then will I be satisfied. I'm heartbroken, my pillow is wet against my face. drenched with tears that will not relent. So I speak to my heart, take courage. Find strength in the joyous praise you once knew. Remember his faithfulness. Refuse to be depressed. Refuse to be depressed. Keep hoping, keep waiting, stay steadfast, and no matter what, never stop worshiping and praising him. Okay, sorry, y'all. I had to get my daughter. Okay, but it says, ever true, you pour out a deluge of passion that cascades over my soul and sets me free. I drink freely of the abundance of your love once again. So what this tells me, and this is Psalm verse 42, verse 2, this has been hard, okay? Letting go of this dynamic, seeing through the facade of what you thought once was, and it could be in a commitment, in a person, whatever. It was not easy to see that, but you did, and you're moving forward. But this is why that message is coming out this week so strong for you, Aries, is because it's saying keep going. If someone is mad at you or they're acting out because you've moved on, let them. That's a natural reaction. That doesn't mean entertain it, go back and forth, but remove yourself, allow them to purge their feelings or do what they need to do. Now apply the let me principle and focus on yourself and what you need to do to remain healthy. Okay, this too shall pass. After the clouds, there's a rainbow. Okay, that was in the beginning of your message. So just keep the faith, stay in prayer, and I hope that this reading has helped you. Thanks, Aries. Bye.